anyone growing up in the 70s, this song is Christmas. It arguably isn't a very good one, but it takes us back to the childhood memories of the festive season. This nostalgia for the festive season has been analysed by a new report by the University of Southampton and University College London. They aim to understand what triggers the feeling of nostalgia and what impact it has on our mental health.
Merry Christmas, everybody's having fun.
Joining me now is Ben Butcher, who has been looking at the report. Ben, what is it exactly that the report reveals?
Well, this is the most far-reaching report done into what the triggers are for that warm, comfortable feeling of nostalgia which we all feel from time to time. But in particular, it's having a look at the health consequences that feeling has on us. In the past, nostalgia was actually treated as a medical disorder. It was treated as a kind of hysteria which couldn't be rationalised. But we have an understanding now that every single culture and every single society in the world feels it. And this sentimental longing for the past, as described, is something that's quite normal. I spoke to Sarah Robertson, who was one of the researchers on the report, and I asked her why we feel it so much around Christmas and what the health consequences are.
Around the holiday season, we capitalise on this through advertising. It isn't a bad thing. Our research has shown that those experiencing healthy levels of nostalgia are better connected with their past, their present, and have better levels of self-esteem and self-confidence.
So, how exactly did they measure these health benefits?
Well, one of the interesting ways they did it, and you've got to bear in mind psychology can never be an exact science because no two human beings are alike, but you can form these kind of trends. And one idea they did was they took two subjects and they put them in two separate cold rooms. And the subject who had access to memories that made them feel nostalgic actually felt physically warmer. And they did the same thing as well with social situations. And it makes sense because when you are given access to something that makes you feel happy, like a happy memory or whatever it is, you do feel more confident and you have more self-esteem effectively.
So why do we attach so much nostalgia to Christmas?
Well, it's the same idea again, but times 10, because you have all of the triggers there which bring on that feeling of nostalgia. Christmas trees, Christmas lights, the smell of Christmas tree and food, and music, of course, like that song we just heard. I went down to the Jeffrey Museum in Hackney, and there they have an exhibition about how we celebrated Christmas over the past 400 years. And one of the really interesting things is that you realise that after we got over our puritanical feelings of the 18th century, once we get into the Victorian period, many of the symbols are in place already, and Christmas is indistinguishable from how it was in the 1870s. Christmas trees, Christmas cards, the food we ate and the games that we played. And I spoke to the curator of that exhibition, Hannah Fleming, and this is what she thought about that nostalgia.
I mean, I think there's still something about Christmas just being a time for licensed celebration, really. It's obviously a national holiday, and I think it's just such a, it just does have such a transformative effect on people's homes, and people have strong memories of it from their own childhood and things. So probably there is quite a lot of nostalgia for it. And also people, like creating their own traditions and, doing things a little bit differently.
And so what I really think you can take from that and from this exhibition, which you should really head down to have the time, is that if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing. Because we have these memories which make us feel so happy. We have these songs which we want to hear at Christmas, and they all build up. And so we do have our complaints about the season, but we sacrifice those complaints about Christmas shopping or the season going on for too long just for that warm, happy memory of sitting in front of the fire of your family. And we want to carry those on and want our kids to experience them as well.
We have pictures and more information about the Christmas Past exhibition on our website, citylive15.wordpress.com, or follow us on Twitter at citylive15.